All right. Welcome to the stream. Game engine stream number 4, I think. Something like that. Anyways, let's go ahead and start. I got myself a little checklist this time. So this time will be a little bit more organized. So any updates? So okay, if anyone saw me stream yesterday, I don't think anyone did, so I don't think it's a problem, but you may have seen me go live yesterday. I was trying to start this stream that I'm doing right now, but I was just having some issues with like setup, and I would forget a few things. Like the first time I forgot to change the title of the stream, and then the second time I made the cat really big like it is right now, and then I forgot to make it small when I started explaining the topic, and I kind of wasted like 17 minutes, I guess. So this time I have a little list for myself, and hopefully this time will be a good stream. Let me see, what else do I want to talk about before? Oh yeah, so right now I don't have like a schedule in particular. I will add a schedule maybe next week, but it's a bit tentative because I still am just getting used to this right now. But I'll go ahead and post on here. I'll let you know on the stream, and I'll go ahead and post on YouTube what the schedule is when I have it. And the last thing is, so if anyone's watching this on YouTube, basically the idea right now is I'm going to post a lot of these streams just straight as VODs. I'll put some timestamps so you guys can like skip through it and look through it and whatnot. But I believe once I finish a topic, then I will, what does it say? I'll make a more edited and like proper video covering the topic. But other than that, I'm just going to post these VODs, and then everything should be here. I'm not going to take anything out. So I think that's all the updates I had for the start of the stream. Let me see what else. Oh yeah, make the cat small. That's what I messed up last time. So let me go find the cat. So I'm gonna put myself back in this corner like I normally am, and then we can go ahead and start. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at the progress board, and then yeah, we'll go ahead and talk about what we did last stream. Okay. Ooh, so what did we do last stream? I think last stream we finished the project components. So now we are able to make custom components and attach them to different entities inside of the engine. And I made all that work in the engine, and we got rid of the class asset. So a lot of like backend engine stuff. So that's done. It was necessary. So now managing data in the engine should be a bit easier. So now we're gonna get into like I think more of an interesting topic. We're gonna start working on AI. So we're gonna start with this. So if anyone's unaware, we're doing features based on like the game that we're working on right now. So I'm working on features that are gonna finish up my Pong game, and then I'm gonna finish Pong, and then I'm gonna move on to Snake. So I'm just doing like basic like 80s games right now. So we need an AI system because I want to play single player against like another paddle if you're playing Pong, right? I mean, you know. So let me think about what I want to do right now. So change topic. Yeah, update the progress board. So what I'm going to do first, I made a bit of a diagram of the new system for AI that I'm working on. So I'm going to go ahead and explain the AI system that I wrote up, and then we'll go ahead and update the progress board, and then we can finally get into coding. So where did I put that diagram? Let's see. Oh, yeah, I think it's here. Okay, and then also if anyone's watching right now, a link to this diagram is in the it's in the panels if you go to my about, but I'll go ahead and paste a link inside of the chat. I believe this should just work. I think I made it public. Oh yeah, and if my voice is a bit shaky, sorry, I drank some coffee, so I'm kind of hopped up right now. But anyway, so that's the link to the diagram, and then if you're on YouTube, I'm gonna post a link to the actual file in the description as well. So anyway, so this is the full system, right? I'll go ahead and explain each bit, but basically we're not writing the actual AI yet. I'm just writing the system that will support the AI, and then in a later stream, once I get the system like set up, I'll go ahead and implement the actual AI into Pong, right? So this will be like kind of like a 2 or 3-parter. So since we're doing a system, let's go ahead and look at the system first. So this AI service, right? This is a class, right? And then it has these functions, these like 5 or so functions, and then this is a data member. I probably should put a line here to like delineate between the two. But essentially, this is the main interface that you interact with in the engine to like, you know, manage the AI, right? And then the rest of this is basically data, and then just different yeah, it's basically just data that the system interacts with. Ooh, that coffee. Oh, dang. Wait. Let me get some water. Ooh, I gotta remember not to drink coffee before I stream. Okay, so anyways. Alright, let me explain, like, my understanding of it, just from, like, the editor point of view. So, again, the engine uses an ECS system, so it has entities, and each entity holds components, and those entities are held inside of a scene, right? So basically, this is an entity that exists inside of the scene, and then that entity has other components such as transform components, rigid body, or whatever you want to add, since I just added custom components. In this case, it's going to be an AI component. And essentially, an AI component is just a container for AI states. So you have a global state, a current state, and then a previous state. And then a name, just for like debugging purposes. So let's look at what an AI state is before I start explaining this. So an AI state is essentially a like collection of scripts, right? So basically, these are just scripts that run at different like occasions for that particular entity. So the onUpdate is a script that essentially, like, if you see my previous videos, you know a script is just like a little piece of code that you as the game designer, you write, and then you can just attach it to wherever you want, right? So in this case, this script that you attach to this onUpdate will run every frame, right? So you can put some logic into this script, and then it will just run every frame. So say like if you want to like move a particular entity, you could like move them using the onUpdate script, right? The onEnter and onExit script, I'll go ahead and explain these, but these essentially, these are still scripts. So you make a script, you attach it here, and then this runs in the case where you switch states, right? And then the onMessage script, I'll go ahead and get to that. That's part of this big messaging system over here. So essentially, the AI component, again, just to recap, the AI component connects to the entity, right? The entity has an AI component, and then it has 3 AI states, and each of these can run an onUpdate. The main 2 that are ran like every frame is the global and current, and the previous state is used for like a special case. So the global state and current state, the current state is the main state. So that's like, if I was going to make an analogy, or if I was going to make a comparison, in The Sims, if you think of like a sim like walking around, right? The sim like is in a current state of walking, or maybe if it's sitting down watching TV, it's in a state of like watching TV, right? So that would be its current state. And then a global state is something that kind of stays regardless of whatever current state is in. So you could think in the case of Sims, right? It might want to check like whether the current sim has to use the restroom, or if they're hungry. Like it might be checking like they're like what are those called? It'll be checking their what would you call those, health stats? I don't know. I don't know. But it's like their current like mood or whatever and stuff. So maybe the global state could be checking those, and then it can say, hey, wait a second. you got to use the restroom. We're going to switch you over to a new state because we, like the bladder bar has gone too low. So that's something that would be handled in the global state, and the current state would just be watching TV. So watching TV here, and then checking for like bladder and like all the other like kind of like things that happen like in a general sense would be in the global state. And I think you can kind of guess what previous state's probably going to be. If you're in a current state, you might want to go back to a previous state. So this just saves it here as kind of like a just in case. So then if you want to revert back to the previous state, you can just always do that. So there's different scenarios where that could happen, but just like say if you were in, like if you were sitting down watching TV and then you got up, maybe your sim's like, oh wait, you know what, I don't want to go and use the restroom anymore. Like maybe they like went to the restroom on themselves or something. I don't know, something Sims do in that game. Then it's like, oh well, you know what, I'm gonna go back to what I was doing before. So it's gonna just gonna sit back down and then just keep watching TV, I guess. So you could do something like that essentially with the system. So again, this is all like data, and I haven't actually described how we actually use this yet. I've just said that you can attach these things and you can attach this to an entity, right? So let's actually look at how this is managed inside of the engine in the backend. So this is the AI service. It's a static class, as in there's pretty much only one of these, right? Or I guess it's a singleton, right? It holds an AI context, which holds the current, this is basically the data for this class, but there's only one in the memory at one time. And it's nice and packaged into just like one little object. So if I want to like clear and then change out the AI context, I can just do it in one shot. Right? So it's just easier for me. Oh yeah, and also one last thing before we get into this, I forgot to mention that this AI state is an asset. So I'm going to need to make an asset called AIState, and then this is going to be something you can serialize and then deserialize, right? And then you can, what is it called? Attach these AI states, like references to these AI states into the AI component, right? So new asset and then new component, right? Okay, so question, how do you check these states every frame? Okay, well, you're on the onUpdate function. So I don't know if you can read this. If you're looking at the chart, like if you open it up, you can maybe see the text a bit better. But essentially this one, it calls onUpdate for all of the available AI components. So essentially what it does is it goes into my current engine and it goes into the current scene and it grabs all of the entities that have an AI component. And it says, okay, we're gonna grab these components, and then we're going to call the onUpdate script. The onUpdate script for the global state. And then we're going to call the onUpdate for the current state. And the last thing it's going to do is going to process messages. And then I'm going to get back to that in a second when I explain messages. That's kind of a separate thing. And if you're already guessing, like this is just a big state machine, essentially, right? This whole thing is just allowing like an easy way to like manage state machines. Okay, so we now know how to like process the onUpdate. The next thing is, how do we go between states? So we have this change state. So for the change state, we provide, and also this onUpdate is called every frame, just to be clear, right? Whew. Okay, take a second. All right, so for the change state, right, essentially, I mean, you can kind of guess. We're going to get the AI component, right, the one that we're changing the state, and then we're going to go ahead and change to this new state that we're going to provide, right? So for the steps for it, we're going to store the current state as the previous state, right? Because if we're going to a new state, we want to, store it just in case we want to go back. Then we're going to call the onExit. We're going to call exit on the onExit current state script for the current state. So you can imagine, like, if we're in a state right now for the current component and we want to switch to a new state, we first call the onExit script so that we can run some logic when we leave the script or leave the state, right? Then we're going to do the actual swap. So then we're going to actually swap to the new state based on whatever we provided here, right? And then we're going to call onEnterState on the newly provided current state. So now the current state's been changed to like whatever we provided here, right? And then we're going to call the onEnter script. And this is something you provide as an API as a designer, right? So So we can process AI every frame. We can change the state between different ones, and then we want to revert to a previous state. So this just takes in one component, and then we're just going to blip, as in we're going to go back one state. That's it. So basically it's pretty similar to the change state. So you call on exit state for the current state, right? Similar to the other one. Then we switch states. You switch the current state to now be the previous state. We call on enter state for the new state, and then we clear the previous AI state. So now since we reverted back here, this is going to be empty. Or like since this got moved up to here, this is now empty. So we just clear it, and then we can't revert again. So we might put an assert here saying, or maybe not an assert, but like just like maybe an information saying like you're trying to go back a state, but like there's no state. You know, that's probably all I'll handle right now. I might change it later, but this is good enough for now. And as far as like state machine goes, like as far as like basic like going between different states and managing that, that's it. The AI context, its existence and everything else in this diagram just is for the messaging system. So let's do the messaging system. The messaging system basically is just going to allow one entity to send a message directly to another entity. So it's kind of like just sending a piece of mail to another entity. And the main distinction for this system is that it's going to split into two types. So the first type is a message that's going to be sent immediately. So we want to send this directly to the other entity. And then another type of messages is we're going to provide it like a time, because we want to delay. We're going to delay it by whatever time we provide. And then once that timer like goes off, then we want to send the message and then handle it, right? So this system provides like an API for both of those to work, right? So first let's look at the message. You can kind of see that we have a message type, which is going to be something that I'm going to allow the user to define, right? So it's essentially going to act like an enum. You're going to provide like different names for different messages types, and then I'd imagine you can have like a switch statement or like a if-else chain based on like what type of message gets received or which type of message gets sent, right? You have the sender ID, you have the receiver ID, and then you have a delay time, right? And then this is all the information you need to send a message, right? I might add maybe like a void pointer to provide like I don't know, like unique data to be attached to the message. But I'll cross that road when I get there, I suppose. I believe I should be able to just handle whatever information I need as long as I have the entity IDs. I can just pull up their data and then just work from there. So I believe this is fine for now, but I'll think about that later. So you send messages, right? And then basically, in order to send a message, you need to use this API right here, right? So the first thing is, if you want to send a message, you use this right here, send message, right? And then I'll go ahead and look through it. So basically, it routes a message. This function routes a message to either the delayed message buffer, or it handles the message immediately. Like I said before, there's two different types, two different scenarios, right? So it checks the delay time, and it sees, oh, is it 0? If it is 0, then we're just going to send it straight to the person. If it's not 0 or it's above 0, right? Then we'll go ahead and put it in the delay buffer, and then we'll just wait until it's ready to be handled, right? So if the message is handled immediately, we're going to call handle message, which just takes the message and then it essentially calls the on message script for the particular entity it's being sent to, right? And then that message gets like sent in, and then it can be handled, right? If it's not being sent immediately, as in this check in here goes, oh no, we want to have it wait a bit and then have it sent, then we're going to send it to the delayed message queue, which is stored here, right? And again, just to remind you that this AI context is a member inside of this class, right? So the message gets added to this queue, and then remember in the on update we're managing all of the components and their global and current state. The last part that I didn't mention before was that it checks the delayed message queue. So it calls this function here, this calls this function, handle delayed message, which essentially goes through every message and decrements the time based on the current time step. So, you know, per frame, we have a certain time step we decrement it. And then if the value goes to 0 or below 0, then we're going to go ahead and send it to the handle message, right? And then the message gets handled. So basically, again, the whole point of this is just so that we can send messages and then have it either delayed or sent immediately. But either way, it's going to get handled. And then when it gets handled, we call the onMessage script on the receiving entity, right? And then we're good, right? The message has the sender entity, the receiver entity, and the message type, so it should be able to handle it from there. And just the other thing, we have the message queue, and the message types is stored with the context, so we can just reference things directly here. And I believe that's it. So again, I'll have this video, this VOD on YouTube when I post it. So, but if you have any questions, like, just let me know. I'm gonna go ahead and just start writing this system. I've already written parts of this, but mostly just as like a framework. And I stopped when I had to add an asset, and then because I realized my asset system is horrible, so I had to like fix my asset system. So I fixed it a few weeks ago. So now it should be a lot easier. Everything here should just be get this thing in, and then we should have the AI system. And then once this is done, hopefully in a few streams, maybe like 2 streams, I'll have this done, and then next stream I can just go ahead and use this to make some functionality in Pong. And then I'll just have this AI system, which would be cool. So yeah, that is it for here. So let me check my to-do list really quick. So we've introduced the current topic, so now I'm just going to go ahead and update the progress board with what we're going to do right now, and then I'm going to go ahead and start coding. So let me think for a second, because I got to think of some actually actionable steps I can take here. Okay. Let me add components, AI component. Let me make that a thing. Let me add an AIState asset. Let me see what else is in here. So we want the AIState, the AI components, the AIContext, and the AIMessage. Oh. AIContext, and then AIMessage. Struct. Okay. And then let me see. Block. Add function stubs. I believe I already did this part. Add function stubs for the AI service. But I just want to make sure that I have all that before I continue. So add function stubs. Add pseudocode. Pseudocode for AI service. So yeah, so I have all the structs now. So yeah, make all the structs so everything's available first, and then pseudocode so that I have all these function stubs available. And then I'm gonna add pseudocode inside of here so I can kind of handle things or know how I'm gonna handle it. And I think the last thing is just going to be write the code. What are you doing that? Yeah, I'm sorry if I'm all like shaky right now. Again, if anyone's just came in, I drank a bunch of coffee, so I'm kind of shaky right now. Ooh. Okay, so the last thing is code AI service. That's code. And the last thing is create Pong code. Okay, so yeah, let me go ahead and start with here. I'm gonna take probably like a 3-minute break, really quick. So I'll be RD. Yeah, I'm gonna be right back. Let's see. Where'd my cat go? I don't know. Okay. All right. Yeah, I definitely need to not drink coffee before a stream. I drank coffee before because I was trying to like wake up or whatever because I didn't get that much sleep last night, and it helped me do the research for this video. I mean, for this stream, but I do not like the way it makes me feel on stream. I feel shaky as heck. But whatever, I'll get through it. Okay, so yeah, we're good. Okay, so again, I already got a lot of these function stubs in. Oh yeah, and there was a change global state. I forgot to add that as a function in the thing. Maybe I'll put that in a diagram too at some point. I'm probably not gonna bother. Ooh, so again, I already started coding some of this prior to like a few weeks ago, so a lot of this is already in there, but I want to make sure it is in there. So the AI message again was an entity. It was a sender entity, a receiver entity. We have a message type, and then we have a delay, right? Oh, and actually, I want to change. Hold on, because I just changed the way I do these structs. If I'm making new code, I might as well be consistent. Let's just take a second. Or maybe not, because I guess Visual Studio's kind of slow with my stuff nowadays. I've never seen it be this slow before. Let me see. Maybe I'll reload the program. Reload it really quick. I won't bother now then. Okay. So again, we have a message type, which I decided to put as a uint64t. Does that make sense? Yeah, because I wouldn't define it as an enum. One thing I might define it as like a hash string. So that way, when you're typing in the editor, let me think about how that's supposed to feel. Because if you Yeah, because if you're writing in a script, so if I go over to a script, actually, where's this test script? I think I still have it here. So, oh yeah, I got rid of the health, right? This isn't even part of the compilation anyways. So if I do current entity, or whatever, not current entity, let me think. Because currently the way I have my, I just added my component system. You can type in like a custom component. And I kind of like the way it looks. So when you type, you can write these and make them like dynamically, right? And why is this not, I gotta fix that in a second, or a little later. But anyways, you can type in the name of the component, which is speed, and it pops up. And then you can type in like the field, so you do current speed. And then that's just available, right? So I kind of like that API where it updates and then you can just immediately use it in scripts. I might do something similar with this, or like maybe I'll have like because I have like different namespaces for different parts of the engine, right? So maybe I'll do like AI as a namespace, and then I'll do what should I put? It might be a new type, but maybe like, oh, okay, I got it. Message type dot, and then I'll put the name of the type. So if I did like receive mail, I guess, or something like that. So then I'm assuming maybe somewhere in this API you could have like an AI section where you like modify the AI, kind of like how I have my user interface. So I have like a whole section for my user interface, and then maybe somewhere here I can have like an option where you can like edit, and then like edit maybe right here or something, I don't know. And then you can like edit the different enums that are available for your AI. The one thing is that might get messy, because if you have a lot of different AI, you might want to have unique like message types. But then again, if you're sending messages between entities, they might all want to be aware of like a common like message. So I think maybe I'll just have it as, yeah, you know, I'm gonna have it as one big list. So yeah, I'm gonna keep it the way it is. I'm gonna have it as one big list, and then maybe when you have it over here, when you're visually messing with it, you can type it out direct like this, and then maybe you can put them like in groups or just section them, so it's a bit easier for like the designer. But under the hood, it'll just be a straight list, and then all of the entities will have access to all of them. And then especially if I have a hash string, it's gonna be an integer, which will be a quick like that, like check. Because if I put a string, then I have to hash the string every time by runtime, which is ridiculous. But if we hash this value directly right here when I compile, and then I have this stored as a uint over here, it can just check them immediately. So yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. I don't know if I love the way this looks. Maybe I'll switch it to message type, and then I'll do like another namespace resolution. But the thing is, if I do this, I have to write a new like API on how I do this. The thing is, I have like another, like the way I do, like I have like key, and then you can do A. I don't have autocomplete for that. I mean, I should fix that. But like say if you had like an input, so if you have like inputs, and sometimes the autocomplete won't start. I should do that. I'm gonna fix that too. But input, and then you do is key pressed, right? And then you provide it like key A, right? It's like an enum, and it just evaluates to a number, and then the compiler can handle it from there, right? I might do something like that actually. So maybe something like AI message type, and then you can just put the type. You know, I kind of like that actually. Because it's pretty simple. It's just one resolution, and then it's gonna be, I can pretty easily put this in the compiler. It's gonna be its own token. So you know what? Yeah, I like that. Okay. Yeah, let me get rid of this. It's just a bunch of test code. Leave that. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna leave this as an int. That was the whole point of me going over that long. Talk to myself or whatever. So yeah, this looks fine. AIMessage. AIState. Yeah, I think I said AIState is supposed to be an on update handle. This is what gets called. This is what gets called every on update. On enter state. Okay, so we have this on exit state, right? And then we have on AI message handle, right? So I believe that's fine. Let me go look at my progress board again. So AIState, AI components, AI message. So let me check AI component really quick. I believe I have that in my engine components. And not the CPP file. Let's see. Let's check. I think I added it. AI components. Oh, I didn't. Oh no, I called it AIState components. Does that make sense? AIState component. Yeah, because I might want to add more AI things. And I think the reason I put AIState was to like differentiate it. Actually, I think that's a good call. Yeah, okay. So current state handle, current state reference, right? So yeah, so by the way, if anyone's confused, the way I handle like most assets that are like managed by like my asset manager is I just store a handle and then I store a ref. I do want to change this API at some point because I want to figure out what is it called? I want to do more like custom memory management. Right now is all just heap, which is kind of not great for performance, but I don't know, it's pretty easy to handle. But yeah, so yeah, with AIState, I think that's all we need for this because we had a previous, current, and global. Yeah. I'll just look at my diagram one more time. Oh, a name. We need a name, right? I think I saw all these in my state. I saw all these in my message. I need to check the AI context in a second, but I need to add a name. Let's do. I don't think we need a comment per name. It's gonna do SB. String. I guess I'll keep it consistent here. Or, you know what? I don't even use this anywhere. Name. Let me see if this will actually fix itself. What are you doing, Visual Studio? Usually doesn't take this long. Maybe I'll do some of these renames off stream. I might just do it as one big pass actually, but I gotta remember to not write new code that has like this, because this has been a habit of mine. But I want everything to have like the M underscore prefix, just for consistency. Wow, that's taking forever. Yeah, I might change these names off stream. Whoa, what is it doing? Do I need to like clear some cache or something? Like what? Are you looking through my entire computer? Like, what's going on? Oh, it found a lot of them with the same name. Okay. Dang. Jeez. Okay, yeah, you know what? I'm not gonna do that right now. Okay, so I think the first step's done. So let me go ahead and let me go ahead and do this to completed. Okay, add function stubs to AIService. I think this is done too, but I'm just gonna make sure. Where was I? AIService, I think. And you have init and terminate, because I need that for the state. I believe did I write any code in this yet? Oh yeah, yeah, I put initialize AI context and loaded message types. Yeah. And then clear AI context and verify terminate is successful. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, these are fine. On update, I remember that. And then I added a change current state and a change global state because, yeah, like if you look at my diagram, what is it? We do have a change state, but this is just for the change. This is just to change the current state, but there's no way to change the global state, and like you would want to do that. It's just the current state's the one that will be happening like way more often. You would probably do this once and then you'd be done, but you still need the API for it, so that's fine. Return the previous state. Send AIMessage, I guess I'm more specific. Handle AIState, and then handle delayed message. And then we have the AI context. Oh yeah, and I forgot to check the AI context. But yeah, I have a map of all messages, and then I have all message types. And then I wrote this as a map specifically because I want to use the float. I'm using like a very specific optimization for this, because a map, when you store like an item into a map, and it's specifically a map, not an owner map, it sorts the how do I say? It sorts the objects into the data structure, but it sorts it based on your key, whatever this is, right? So the lower, I think the lower the value is, the further to the front it is. I'm not sure, I have to make sure. But I'm pretty sure that's how that works. So if that is true, then I just need to add new messages to the queue, right? And then when I go to process them, I decrement them first. I decrement all of them first, and then I go check up into the point where, like, if there's like a -2, and I've had like a -2, okay, so imagine it's the data structure, right? If I had like -2 in here, and then this was a key with a value, but this is a float, imagine it's a float, and then you have -1.5, and then you have 0, and then you have 1, 2. If it sorts it like this, all I have to do is just go until I reach 0, and then handle these, and then I'm done. And then I can go back to the next build time and just keep decrementing. But that way I don't have to process every single one every single time. I just decrement all of them at once, right? And then I go back and I just process all the messages up until I reach a number that's not 0, that's above 0. So that's a lot easier for the process to do. So yeah, I'm glad I thought this out. Thank you, me from the past. And then, okay, the vector, ooh, okay, so here's the thing. It's a SD, it's a vector of strings. Now, that's tough. That's tough. I gotta think about that for a second, because I'm storing in the message types, right? I have a uint64t. This is what I'm comparing with, and I talked about before. But this is a string. I'm storing a string, which means I'd be comparing with a string, which means at runtime, I would be, how do you say? I'd have to hash this at runtime and then compare it, which is ridiculous. So instead, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go ahead and just put this directly as a uint. Give it a T here. Okay, that might be good. Okay, and in that case, now we can just compare these directly. And then now that I'm thinking about it, maybe instead of doing a vector, the most common use case of, you know, what is the most common usage of this? And then if anyone like just wants like a note in general about like optimization for these things, typically data structures, like they have different like pros and cons, but if you're trying to optimize stuff or just like build things where it's like somewhat sustainable, you always choose a data structure that is the fastest for your particular use case. So whatever the most used use case is, you optimize for that. And if you have multiple, maybe you try and figure out how to get multiple of those use cases to work. Like in the case of ECS, it actually optimizes for both running through a contiguous list as well as fast single checks, right? For a vector is really nicely spaced data, so it's all packed together really nicely, right? So it's really easy to iterate through, and then if you have things stored as indexes, then it's really fast to get those. The con is it can be really hard to manage those indexes, so usually you need a lot of code surrounding it to get that to work. And if you're not using the indexes, trying to search through a vector compared to like using something like an unordered map for individual items is very slow, especially if you have like a million items. You'd have to look through the entire vector to find like a particular item, which is ridiculous, right? So in this case, I think the main use case for a message type stored in the AI context is just to check it, like if that exists, right? And if it doesn't exist, then it doesn't exist, right? Well, I'm thinking maybe a set. Because a set, I can just check if it's there. It's only one object. It's just an int, so I can just like that, right? Just check it. So yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. Actually, I'm gonna do SD, and actually, it can be an unordered set. That's even better. And again, if anyone is wondering, like the difference between unordered and ordered, they're different data structures under the hood. Right, but like a normal set is basically ordered, so like it automatically assorts it. The act of sorting it takes CPU cycles, right? An unordered set, it doesn't sort it, so it doesn't even bother. I know unordered map uses a hash table. I'm assuming it's a similar data structure for this. Actually, yeah, I'm pretty sure this is just the hash table. Actually, I don't know why it wouldn't be. Which is very easy to just grab an item, like look it up, grab it, and then like grabbing an individual item is like 0.1 complexity. I don't know if I'm over-explaining things, I'm sorry, I just, you know, I guess it's just me rambling. I forgot the name I've had for this. Let me copy this and go back. Yeah, it was this, so. Okay, so this way we can just check. And then what I'm thinking is I'm going to store maybe something in the asset system that actually stores the strings themselves, right? And then when we load them in, we're going to hash them at runtime and then store them into this buffer as integers. And then at that point, we can do all of our runtime checks. So I think that's what I'm going to do. Yeah, let me go check my, so okay, yeah, so yeah, I was just checking the data, so let me make sure. I think I have the function stubs ready now, because I checked on updates there, change state, we actually have 2 of them. I think the revert state was in there. Yeah, it's right there. Yeah. Handle delayed message queue, I think I saw that, and then handle message, and then send AIMessage. This is the external API. This is what you would actually call, right? AIContext. Yeah, I think we're good. There's no functions here. So yeah, I think we're good. Okay. Well, I haven't got a lot of coding done, but I feel like my brain's a little bit more sane right now. Okay, so then add pseudocode for AIService. Okay, so this one I do need to like kind of check at the same time, so I'm going to bring this diagram over. And I might not be able to see the chat if anyone posts for a bit, but I'll try to finish this quickly. Okay, so let's go through inits. Let me just think through. So inits, initialize AI context, definitely. We want a state, load in message types. So this, I'm gonna say convert from vector of string to unordered set of UX64. I just want it to be like crystal clear what we're doing. And then add a little verify function for the AI context, so I can just do that. Probably should add a Boolean overload for that then, because I think I'm storing the AI context on the stack. Oh no, it's a ref. Okay, so yeah, I can do it normally. Sure. Maybe I should store it on the stack though. You know, that's something I'll do later when I refactor the whole thing. It's not important right now. So that's it. This is just managing the data. So I'll just call this at some point. And if I'm not mistaken, I think I already do call this somewhere. I don't know where this is. What? Or do I not call this? I guess not. Okay, well, I guess I'll find somewhere to call it. Terminate, so we just clear the AI context and then verify. Yeah, I think that's fine. And I already wrote some of this code, so that's cool. So the first thing was, and let me look at my example. I think it said get components. So I could do a for loop on all the entities. Get active scene, get all entities with an AI context. So then I get the entity, and then this is what does this return? A view, huh? So if this is a view, then this is probably gonna be an ent ID. Yeah, I'm gonna make this ent entity ent ID. Let me just put entity. Okay. So then we get each entity, right? We assert that the entity is there. We get the AI component, and then there should be one. I think this will throw in a assert here if there's an issue. Call global. Let me see if anyone message. Nope. Okay. Okay. The next thing, like I said before, so on update, it gets all the components. It calls its global state. It calls its on update state. And then it just handles the delay message. So I think we've done everything here. Let me make sure. So it's a void uint64. Void uint64. You know what? I think that's wrong. I think what I want is a uint64 or uint64. Is that a thing? Is that not a thing? Wait, it should be a thing. What? Hold on. Oh, okay, yeah, no, yeah, it's a void uint64 float. Okay, yeah, sorry, that's my bad. So uint64 float, there we go. And I want the same for here. And if anyone's confused about this, so basically this is like a type definition for a script, right? So like it'd be the function signature, right? So it's a void, and the first parameter is uint64, and the second parameter is float. In my engine, the uint64 is the same thing as an entity. And then this is just a float. So this will be the entity, and this will be the delta time. So if you think of it on update, it's essentially on update, and then it's going to provide like the entity, and then you're going to have the timestamp, what is that called? The delta time, or time step. That's what it meant. Yeah. So yeah, that's why these were wrong. Except for some reason I was only putting the uint64. I don't know. And then yeah, we want to go ahead and provide that. So we want to provide time step. Time step. There we go. All right, and then the handle delay I'll check in a second, but this looks fine. And then yeah, we just provide a time step. Yeah, we're fine. Okay, looks like this is where I stopped last time. So change global state. Oh yeah, I probably stopped because I needed access to the actual AI states, which I didn't have yet as an asset. So sorry, I'm stretched for a second. Ooh, okay. Damn. Okay, so for change global state, I'm assuming it's the exact same as change current state, except we're just changing the global state, right? And the difference for this one is we're not going to save a blip, as in we're not going to save a previous state, so don't have to worry about that. So first, check the scene. Sure, this is probably some just code I needed. Ensure new AI state is valid, yeah, and then we need to get it. So, and that code's not valid yet because I have not added actually like attached the AI state to the asset manager, and it's not even called asset manager anymore. It's called AssetService. But anyways, yeah, this code's not going to work yet. We do have an AI component, certainly, and then we want to call on exit for the current global state. We want to switch to the new global state, and then we want to just call enter on the global state. So that's looking pretty good. Okay, change current state. We want to store the current state as the previous state. Oh yeah, so we stored the current state into the previous state. We call an exit for the current state, switch to the new state, and then call an enter for the new state. So exactly how I explained it before. Yeah. Just check. Nope. Okay, so revert to previous states. What did I put? Oh, we actually have a few things here. So I might want to change the pseudocode. Because, yeah, I think before I just was going to have it revert, but there's actually a few more steps in that. Oh yeah, and instead of providing the component, I'm providing the entity so that we can grab the component here, and this is an easier API to deal with because all I have to do is just provide the entity and provide the new state. Yeah, I like that. I like that better. Okay. I think this is still valid. So in this case, we don't store it. I think I had an extra step that I forgot here. Oh yeah. So not here, but we want to clear the previous state. Clear previous state. Okay, let's then AI message. So what did I put for the route message to either delayed message buffer or handle the message immediately? Yeah, I think that sort of goes fine, honestly. It says what it needs to do. It's just an if statement. Handle AI message, so this just calls on message for the recipient. So, and I'll add a bunch of other code here to get the recipient and then call it on them. And then handle delayed message. So I think I had a bunch of steps here. Oh, and I think I didn't mention the steps. So for the delayed message, and I'll go ahead and bring it up in the diagram as well. So basically, in my formal steps, I have check all delayed messages. So I just get the whole buffer first right from my AI context. I decrement all the times based on time steps, and then normally like you would store which ones you're gonna like manage in the for loop, you know, and then you edit the for loop. But in this case, I can well, maybe I should actually. I don't know which one's faster. But I'm thinking I'm going to decrement all of them first, and then after I decrement them, I'm just going to check if the value is less than or equal to 0, and then remove them from the buffer, right? Actually, you know what? You know what? I'm gonna check during, like, I'm gonna decrement them and then check. And then that way, I'll know which ones, like, while I'm running through the for loop, I need to deal with. And then, once I'm done with the for loop, I can go ahead and just handle all the ones that need to be handled, and then I can just exit, right? And then the way I'm thinking about it too, I'm trying to prevent an error where you can't, like, you can edit things in a for loop while you're looping through them, but if you delete things or add things in a for loop while you're like running through it, you can invalidate the for loop, because especially if the data is like dynamic data and it's like heap allocated. I mean, even regardless at this point, like, but still. If it's heap allocated, you could reallocate, and then the iterators that you're currently using become invalidated, and then you just start like running through like deallocated memory, because it's going to deallocate the current buffer you're working with, and then it's going to allocate a new buffer, right, in the middle of your for loop, which means now you're still doing a for loop with the old iterators, but you're iterating over memory that's not yours anymore. So it's going to cause a seg fault. So yeah, for CRUD operations with a for loop, you need to do. If you're doing update, you can do it during the for loop, but if you're doing like create or delete operations, you need to be careful. Or just don't do it. Right? It's just, otherwise, you do it after the for loop. Let's see. Handle messages. So let me make sure I got my pseudocode in here. And let me check the messages. Dun, 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 dun. Bum, 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 bum. So check all delayed messages. Decrement on each message delay using the time step. Check if each message should be handled. Call handle message for delays less than or equal to 0, and then remove all handled messages. Yeah, I think that's about right. I mean, I'll do that to some capacity or in some way, right? Yeah. Yeah, I think we're done. I think at some point I might move this like messaging system out of the AI service, but I do like this being all like kind of coupled together. It's kind of neat, but I do admit that these are two different, these are potentially two different systems, like a messaging system versus like a, like an AIState system. Yeah, but then again, I have this called AIService, so like, I don't know. I mean, not everything needs to like strictly follow the single responsibility principle, to be honest. This is my engine. Like, whatever. Yeah, I might separate it later, just for clarity, I guess. But yeah, I think that's good. We're good on the pseudocode. So now we just need to code the AI service, since, yeah, now we have all the data. Oh, you know what, the last thing though, I do need to, there was something that I forgot while I was doing this. I need to make the actual asset for this, because the struct exists, but I don't have the actual asset for the AI state. So that was an overlook. Oh, and I think there's a separate Windows. Let's put this over here. Oof. I don't think I edited anything crazy. Yeah, I just added pseudocode, so it should still compile. So yeah, next thing is I'm gonna add a new asset. So let me go to the asset system, and we're gonna add a few new files. So we're gonna call it AIState manager.h. Alright, so I'm just gonna copy and paste some code that I think is similar. So this AIState is an asset that's entirely managed by the engine. Like I wouldn't load in an AIState from another engine. Like another case would be like, say if you loaded in a texture, you would load it either from a PNG or like some other file format externally. And if you load in like a model, right, like a static mesh or whatever, you could imagine getting that as like a GLT. I forget the actual name of those files, but like the ones you can get from the other engines. Yeah, in this case, this is an asset entirely managed by my engine, so I'm gonna find another asset that's similar. So I know input mode is the same thing, so I'm just gonna go ahead and copy and paste this. And most of the settings should be pretty much the same. I might have to edit a few things. It's fine. Input mode. Switch it out with AIState. Okay, let me just fix a few things. So that can cause a crazy error. It's AI, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Yeah, we don't have any asset states. Yeah, so let's put this at the end. Asset type. Diode. And then I might have to add a few more things for that, like once. These are looking pretty sparse. I'm gonna do a fix of this stuff later because I do want to add more metadata into these things. But yeah, I'll go ahead and just put this under here. So I'm gonna do structs AIState. I'll figure out what metadata I want to add to this. But for now, it's gonna be empty. That should be fine. It'll figure itself out. Let's put this at the bottom. Let's see. AIState. AIState. There we go. Let's go ahead and copy this. Yeah, I think that's it for adding the asset type. Let's go back. Yeah, that should resolve, yeah. Okay, so we do want AIState dot not input registry. AIState registry. There we go. I don't want to call it KG AIState. Is that too much? That's kind of confusing, isn't it? If I call it KGAI, that's not specific enough, though. But if I start moving the word around, I think it might get more confusing as well. I think it's fine. KGAIState. But not input mode. AIState. Asset name. AIState. Short and simple. So AIState, do you want to cache it or do you want to always load it from disk? Oh yeah, and then I'll do a quick explanation. So basically, these how do I say? These asset managers, they're all like, as you can see, they're all like using polymorphism and templates, which again, like it looks ridiculous, but it's actually not that bad. It's only one layer of polymorphism, so I just have like one asset manager, and all the other assets just flatly, what is it called? Inherit from this. And this essentially just provides like a uniform API for like getting assets, like checking if you have an asset, saving an asset, deleting an asset. And then if you want like specific functionality out of it, you just provide these flags and then it will do different things depending on the asset. And the templating allows you to just manage this like type directly, right? You don't have to do any like other weird like macros or some craziness. I don't know. And also nice the way they have this system and this new thing in C++ where you can like resolve it all the way down to just like a normal value. With this, it's great. Like this, just as long as you put this template here and here, like you can just refer to this directly as this. You don't have to plate the class. This is great. So again, right now I'm just managing the flag. So this first flag, the asset cache, is whether I keep an internal cache of the files at runtime, so I can keep pulling them out. But if I don't cache it, it pulls that asset out from file every time. And you say, cool. Oh my. Another music. I need something with a little more. Yeah, there we go. So I don't think I could cache the AI state. You know what? Yeah, I am gonna cache the AI state. Yeah, just makes retrievals a bit faster. Has intermediate location? No, it doesn't. Has a file location? It does. Has file importing? Nope, because we created it in the engine. Has asset saving. Do we save this asset? Yeah, of course we do. Has asset creation from name. Yeah, we do. So yeah, I think those are fine. Create asset file from name. I think these are the required ones, so I'm gonna go ahead and let me copy and paste the input mode really quick. Nope. Alright. And change this to AIState. And deal with all the errors. So, yep, there is no input.AIState. There's an AIService. For sure. And then this one should be fine though. I don't know why it's not fine. AIState manager. Yeah, what's wrong with this one? It's actually weird. Let me see. Cardano assets. Okay. Sometimes Visual Studio does this weird thing where like sometimes it chooses to just not include files into its system even though I created it here. So that's fun. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and rebuild the Visual Studio project, and that should fix that error. Or actually, maybe it's because I didn't save the file. I don't know. Whatever. I'm just gonna redo it anyways. Yeah, see, and it redid the engine, so yeah, pretty sure it just fixed it. I don't know why Visual Studio does that. So it should throw a bunch of errors again, but did it not save? Oh no, we're in the input mode. Okay, so if I go, wait, where's AIState? Oh, okay, no, I think I know what happened. That's annoying too. Let me see. I think if I go like this. Yeah, there it is. I don't know why he does that. Or I think I know. I think I might have misclicked something, so then it put it into the wrong place. Assets. Let's move this into here where it's supposed to be, and then we'll go ahead and include these into the project. And now when I go back to AIState Manager, there we go. Okay, and now that works. Alright, so let me just do a little bit of refactoring really quick. Temporary AIState. Let's see. AIState metadata, and that's fine. There's nothing in the metadata, so I don't want to do anything. Serialize assets, fine. Okay, yeah, I think we're fine. So then we're going to do AI. Yep. And then I'll deal with this in a second. Okay, no, yeah, I guess I'll deal with it now. Let me pull up the AIState. Where's the AIService? There it is. AIState's basically just this. It's pretty simple. So I'm just gonna copy it for a second. Just gonna paste it here. And then I'm gonna do a hash if 0, and then a hash end if, and then that should just stop erroring, please. Oh, it'll figure it out. Maybe an end if is missing. Why is end if missing? Oh my god, that's annoying. I don't know. I'll just put Okay, so it looks like for input mode we have one big map, and then in that big map we have an internal map, which is a sequence of maps. Cool, right? I don't think we need anything nearly as complicated as this for this, so I think all we have to do, and then we're gonna do I think just out YAML. Yeah, I'll just, how am I typing it out? Just copy it. Key, and the value is going to be do I provide any handles? I think like this. This looks something like this. So like this. But we're not doing an input thing, we're doing a asset reference, and on updates handle, and then we're going to call this on update script. Okay, so now I'm going to do 4 of these on enter, what was it called? I forgot the name. On enter something. Okay, and it's not giving me any because there's an error here. On enter handle, enter state handle, that's what it's called. On enter state script. There we go. On exit state, I'm assuming, script, and then on exit states handle, I'm assuming, and then all these and that, and then I think on message, Ooh, okay. Oh, on AIMessage, right? Sure. Yeah, I guess I'll put AIMessage just to make it specific. I think that's it actually. Yeah, I really do. I think it's it. So this is the start of the file map. This is the end. What do you mean start of the file map? End. Okay, so everything in between there, except for these, is kaput. Nothing. So serialize asset. So deserialize should be like just a simple. I think this is done, and the file path is already provided by the system, so we're good. So yeah, I think we're fine. Yeah. Brain stops working, I guess, sometimes. Okay. So yeah, this is normal load in the file and whatnot stuff. Where am I at with this stream, by the way? 1 hour 21. Okay, that's not too bad. I think at about 2 hours I'll go ahead and commit what I have, and then I'll do another 2 hours. Yeah, I think we should be pretty far along at that point. I think the hardest part of this really is going to be just adding the UI. I also need to figure out how to hash strings. I think C++ has its own like API for that. So I think I'll just use that. This is a YAML node, right? Yeah, it's a YAML node. So something like this. Because I think if we open up the data node, then the data node is a top level node. In our case, if we open up the data node, that means we're in this map, and then we can open up the next node based on the key, and then we should get this. So it'd be pretty simple. So I think this one's gonna be called on update script node, and then we're gonna call it on update script. Okay, I spelled it right. And then how do we access it? I think it's like this. Or wait, let me get the one where it's like where I actually am storing a handle. What am I doing? Probably this one. Why did I reject that? So we're gonna do this. Put that there. Oh wait, no, what am I doing? Well, actually, I can just directly get this, can't I? Why am I, as UN64, and that should be the handle. I'll do that. Update script handle. There we go. Get rid of that. Let me see if there's anything else. I think I have a particular way of doing this. So I get the handle. I check if the handle is invalid. If it is, we just put the script to empty. And then if it's not invalid, because yeah, either way I do need to set the script, I believe, for this case, but I think in my case I just need to, well, I'll set it to null point. I don't think I need to, but I think I will anyways, just for safety. So basically what I'm talking about is I get the handle for the asset, and then I need to check if that handle is valid. If the handle is valid, then we go ahead and load in the actual like asset right into here. If the handle is not valid, then we don't bother. So this one sets script. So This has an internal API for this, so I'm not going to bother with that. I'm just going to do new AIState on update handle, on update. Spell that, it's fine. Is equal to null pointer, I believe. I think that's it. And then else, we say new AIState on updates is equal to, and then we do, so instead of doing this, we're going to do, instead of storing this as like a local variable, we're going to do new AIState on update handle, store that immediately, and then we're going to use that in the comparison to check, and then here I'm just going to go and do AssetService, get scripts, and then we're going to get the script based on the handle, which I just copied, I think. Yeah, there we go. And I think that's it. And then I think the last thing I should do is probably do a KG assert. That, actually, should I assert that? If it's a valid thing, then it didn't work. Maybe that shouldn't be an assert. Yeah, you know what, that shouldn't be an assert. Because that's something that, like say if you were making like a game as a designer, and then somehow you just deleted like the file for like particular asset, right, or for a script, right, and you opened, right, you wouldn't expect the engine to just crash and then never turn on. That's ridiculous. You want it to yell at you and say, hey, I think you corrupted a file or something, like what's going on, right? So I think that's what happened in this case. If you delete a file, like, that's on you, but I'll just let you know. So if new AIState on update, and I'll say if it's not valid, then we're just going to do a KG1 for now. What do I say? Invalid script returned using a valid handle in deserialized AI states. There we go. Yeah, that's pretty descriptive. Then I think we're good after that. So we just do this 4 times now, so I can get rid of the rest of this. I don't need it for reference anymore. So let's get rid of that. And then, yeah, we're just gonna do this 4 times. So second time, and then this time I'm gonna do, instead of updates, we're gonna do on enter state. I think it's called on enter script date script. Yeah. So enter state, enter state, enter state, enter state, enter state handle, enter state. Yeah, looks great. Enter, it's going to replace with exit. There we go. And let me just add some comments just to be clear. Get on update scripts. Deserialize on update scripts. Serialize on enter state scripts. Serialize on exit state scripts. And the last one is going to be on message, I think. So, exit state. It's going to be called on AIMessage. And is it called AIMessage? Yeah. Enter states. Invalid. Okay, maybe I'll be more specific. Invalid AIState. AIMessage. Message. There we go. And we'll capitalize that. And we'll capitalize this one. AI. Invalid on exit states. Invalid on enter state. And then invalid on update. Oops. On updates. No, just invalid on updates return using a valid handle in actually, I know I'm being a bit pedantic about this, but I don't know. Just feel like making it verbose for some reason. Okay, yeah, you make a new AI state. Open the provided file, which is provided by the asset system, so you don't have to worry about that. Serialize the on update script, serialize the on enter script, and then when we just serialize it, we're just taking this ref and then setting the values of it. So yeah, we set its handle and then we set its on update depending on if it has a valid one or not. And if it's invalid, that's fine. You can just not have one, have an empty state or empty handle. But if you have a valid handle and an empty script, that's wrong. That should be notified. Yeah, I think that's it. Cool. Yeah, okay. So I can get rid of this. And I believe now we're able to save and create AI states, like as an asset. So you know what I might do right now? Actually, I might go ahead and just create the UI right now for managing AI states. And it's going to be fairly simple, to be honest. I think it's going to be basically like a carbon copy of the input mode, as far as I can tell. Thing just for jobs, but I don't see anything. Sorry, just give me like 1 minute. That's a bit far away, isn't it? Okay, no. Alright. Alright, my bad. Let me see. Yeah, so I think I want to make the UI really quick because I want to be able to check if this actually works or not. So, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and go into my requirements. Code AI, and I'm going to go ahead and add UI for managing AI states. And I think what I'm going to do is with the AI state, I'm going to also go ahead and manage the enum types for different like messages you can have. So I'll go ahead and bundle that together with this as well. So soon we're going to be using that. So, one thing I'm just wondering, right, is like, I know how I'm going to make the AI state. I'm just thinking about how I want to create the AI messages, whether I want to do that with the AI state, or if I want to do that as like a separate thing, you know? Because AI states will just be its own like full asset, right? But it wouldn't make sense for you. Okay, like let me show you what I mean, like what I'm thinking about. So add UI for managing AI state and AI message types. So let's go ahead and put this up to the top really quick, because yeah, we need this before we can finish up the code. Yeah, I'll definitely push my code soon. It's like it's compiling. I'm gonna be back in like 2 minutes. I'm still like bile. Maybe 3 minutes. I might go to the bedroom. You know what? Let's call it 5. Just to be safe. Alright, I'll be back. Ooh, all right, I am back. Let's see. The launcher didn't pop up. That's kind of scary. What happened? Error because of... Okay, so looks like there actually is just an error. Let's see. Something about a struct being invalid or something? What happened? Was seen now using class, but was using... Oh, right, okay, sure. Yeah, correct. Yeah, and that can cause errors. Okay. Let's see what else. Is there any like... I usually store things flatly in namespaces, so that should be fine. See, declaration, warning. That's just normal warning. Those are always there. Member of STD. Oh, it's good. Not using it, I guess. Let's see. Include unword stats. There we go. What else? Argument list for... Yeah, so it's just a bunch of errors due to that. Is there anything else? Yeah, just a bunch of these errors. Okay, yes, I think that's it. Just some include errors and whatnot. Not too bad. Not too bad. Ooh. Yeah, I need to figure out how to deal with those warnings. Like I know what I could do, but I don't know. Nothing I think of sounds like the best idea dealing with these things. Yeah, I'm still kind of stuck. I'm still trying to think of like how I should do the UI for the AI messages. Like I just don't know where to put it, because like for the script editor, right, we have like a flat editor where you like it lists out all the scripts and then you click a little button, then you edit it. But for input mode, it's kind of different. It has like an open input mode, and you click open and like you can like mess with the input mode, you know. I mean, neither one's necessarily better. I mean, I do kind of like the input mode UI better than the script editor because it's a bit more like robust, I guess. Like it's less error prone for me. Maybe it's not the best looking, but I don't know. But if I do the input mode one, then I don't know where to put the AI messages. Maybe I should give it its own. Maybe I should give it its own like section, I guess. Or maybe I should put like. Maybe I should put like definitions like that in its own like section. So I should just have like one entirely separate section for like working with like constants inside of the engine. Okay, it might sound like I'm rambling, but I'll kind of show you what I mean in the editor. Let's see. Okay, so I'm trying to figure out where I should put this. So I already know how to figure out. I know how to get the AI state. So basically, the AI state is let me see if I can find the actual struct. So the AI state essentially is just 4 scripts, right? So just manage 4 scripts. So in a UI, what it's going to look like essentially is just going to be like a select option, select option, select option, select option. So select a script, select a script, select a script, select a script, right? Just 4 of them straight like that. And then what I imagine it being is like a UI similar to the input mode. So I click on it, and then it says like open an existing, create a new one. You open one, you get an input mode. Click it, and then now you got a bunch of options. right? And then like I would just imagine it'd just be like a flat, like again, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we're good, right? Pretty easy. The only thing though is, okay, so I'm trying to think of like where I should create the AI messages, because a kind of similar situation I have is with the scripts. In the scripts, I have this kind of editor, which I don't like. Okay, I really don't love this. But the nice thing is you have all the scripts right here, and you go down here, you have this like group labels thing. And I gotta fix this UI. This whole UI right here is kind of broken. I'm gonna deal with it later. But you have this like script label section that you can just open and then just add script labels like directly down. And then like this is here. But doing something like this here, like here is weird. Like, do I put it like below this thing, or do I have to like write a whole new UI for that? And the thing is, like, these types of things, it's just gonna be like, it's gonna look like this. It's gonna be a list. It's gonna be constants. So I'm wondering like if I should just like have like an entire separate panel just for like constants, like things that you just define, and then you can just use them wherever. Maybe for now I'll just put them in the project settings, and then maybe I'll just put it like that's kind of messy though, because I mean this is already just like a random assortment of things. like half of the stuff isn't even really project stuff, it's just scripts that are related to lifetime and networking things. Let me think. Okay, you know what? Yeah, I think I know what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna make an editor for the AIState, and I think once it starts bloating out too much, I'm gonna start like cleaning this up a bit. But yeah, for now I'm gonna make another editor for the AIState, and it's gonna be similar to the input mode, where like you just select one, you open it, and then you just edit it, right? And you just add whatever you want here. And then I'm gonna have a separate panel for just like constants, like just various constants inside the engine, and then one of them you can be like, oh, what kind of like AI messages can you have? And then I guess when I add other like constants that like these are like user defined constants, whatever you want to add, you can probably put that in that section, and then when you update it, you can just use that globally wherever you want. And then yeah, each one. The only thing is now we're sectioning a bunch of like kind of unrelated stuff into one section, and then the stuff is editors over here, which is a bit weird, but like I would think you put AI stuff together, right? Yeah, I don't know. Well, you know what? Let me go to my to-do list. Oh, and by the way, if anyone wants to see the to-do list, I'm editing it. You can see it in the panels in the bottom, like if you're on Twitch, and then they're accessible on YouTube as a link as well. So you can see what I'm changing right now, like at the same time. Let me think. How do you want for managing AIState and AIMessages type? So, okay, so yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna do the AIState first. I'm just gonna do that right now, and then I'll worry about the other one later. So let's go ahead and get this started. So let me go over to the editor. I'm gonna go into the panels, and then I'm gonna go ahead and add a new panel. So, and then this whole thing, I'm gonna make sure I'm reflecting the actual asset, because last time I did this, it didn't work and broke my Visual Studio. It was weird. Let's see. Do AIState editor panel, I guess. It's a bit of a long name, but I'd rather be verbose than unclear. Or excessively verbose, I guess. AIState editor panel. There we go. I imagine this being similar to the input mode, so I'll just go ahead and copy this over. Actually, is there one that's even closer? Project components, theme editor, statistic, tests, a UI editor. No, I think input mode's the simplest one actually. So yeah, I'll go with this one. And then let's go ahead and watch copy and paste code. It's gonna be horrible. Let's see. AIState. AIState code. Oh wait, why did I do that? No. I'm gonna do that. Input mode. There we go. That's better. And then this is going to be edited this time. So I just need to change that really quick. And this is going to be AIState. Is that included by default? I hope that figures it out. Oh no, yeah, there's no AIState. It's an AIService. And AIState is a struct inside of that file. Right. Okay, initialize, so initialize opening screen, initialize AIState header, and then okay, so the only difference is going to be initialize edit script script edit AIState panel. Just call it main panel. Main. I don't need to differentiate it from anything else. There's only one panel. Yeah, I think that's fine. Initialize the AIState header. Yeah, whatever. It's like a semantics gonna be here forever. Reset panel resources. Do I need to do that? Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I'll leave that in there. On open AIState, on create AIState, on refresh AIState. So, yeah, you do need both of these. You might not need the refresh data function. I think that's more specific to the input mode. But yeah, I'll leave that in there just in case. I don't know. That's usually, yeah, whatever. Editor AIState, yep, that makes sense. Panel name, input mode, nope. So that will throw an error if I don't fix that. AIState editor. Yeah, okay. These are indexes, we don't need these for this. These are all the specifics. On key press, on update. So we need the header for sure. Open. And if anyone's curious, by the way, these this editor UI, this is a UI I wrote on top of AIMGUI, but I kind of went against like the immediate mode thing that AIMGUI does, so it's like, why did I use AIMGUI in the first place? I don't know. But yeah, they're fairly stateful, so these specs hold all the state for the current widget, so it'll store like data, and then you can just like query the data out of it or update the data to based on like the back end. So you always have a cache in the front, and then you can update that cache, and then when you want to actually update it, I have like explicit like confirm commands for things. I could go further into it, but that's kind of like the basics of it. And then you just initialize them as member variables, and then or member fields, and then yeah, just go on about your day. So on AIState pop-up. Let's see. So these first three are fine. Sorry, I'm kind of spacing out a bit. These first three are fine. These next three are fine. These ones I don't have a table, so I can get rid of these, but I need to replace them with what is it? Edit. And then I'm gonna call these editor UI. Select. These are gonna be select option widgets. Select on update. scripts, I guess. That's fine. And then we're gonna do on enter state. And this one's gonna be exit states, and then this one's gonna be on message. Again, arguably message might be should be in another part of the engine, but whatever. Okay, I think these are all the widgets I need though. I don't think I need anything else. Because I believe the select options handle all of their there's no pop-ups or anything. Like it handles itself in this part. So I think this is all good. So let me go into input mode panel, and let me go ahead and copy and paste this. And this is where the real fun starts, or the real like ooh. part of it. AI start, AI state. There we go. So S editor app, that's fine. Let me move these back. AI state editor panel. Let's see. Let's do everywhere I have AI state panel. Wait, why are you having issues? Hold on. AI state editor, I was wrong. Cannot find source file. AI state editor panel. Please don't tell me it did this thing again. Let me. It did do it again. That's great. Source panels. Every time, man. So let's put it over here. Okay, and that should work now. Come on, Winter, I believe in you. You can do it. There you go. Okay. AI state panel with the namespace resolver, and then we'll do the same thing. But namespace editor. There we go. So that should fix that. On refresh data, so we call on refresh data because we need to refresh the data on the tables. Like if there's like a series of data and it gets updated somewhere else. For example, if you remove a input mode and then somewhere you had a list of input modes like in another place, you have to refresh the data here to make sure it's always up to date. In this case, I don't think we need that. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove that because the only place where you would edit the scripts would be here, and if I needed to change it somewhere else, I would go ahead and come back and add more to this. So let's go. I'll leave this here though because then I use it later. Let's see. What's wrong? I don't get it. Oh, right. Yeah, it's the constructor. Let me see, did I reach 2 hours yet? I want to see if I have to push. Oh, it is 2 hours, okay. So maybe what I'll do, I'll finish writing this editor, and then as long as it compiles, I'll go ahead and push my code. And then once I push my code, I will take a quick break, and then I'll go for another 2 hours, but I'm gonna stay on stream. But I want to section my commits in like 2 hour blocks, and then that way, if you go on to the YouTube videos, I will post the commits at the bottom of the video, and then you can kind of see like what I was working on like for like half of the stream, right? Initialize keyboard, so not this anymore, but we want initialize something. I don't know. Main panel, that's what it is. And what's wrong with this one? Oh yeah, I haven't added it to the dang, that's a lot of errors. Let me think. Should I add it first? Yeah, probably. Okay. This part's fine. I need to go to my main file Basically the way the editor is organized, I have like this is the main like editor app, right? So this is what you actually interact with, like, you know, and then the multiple panels I have, they're all organized into this big directory just flatly, right? So if I add a new panel, just add it here, and then they interact with the editor app, right? So that's basically it. So I need to provide this panel here. So we're going to call it AIState. I guess there's one autocomplete. AI, there it is. Let's go down. I gotta remember a few things, like here, I guess. Go to places menu and do show AI state editor. And then, yeah, false. Yeah, by default, yeah. You don't want to just opening. Do you want to do AI? Let's see. Put it here. AI states panel. And make sure I don't put the wrong type. That's a weird error. And also editor. And then AI states editor panel. There we go. Okay. So that's good on the header file and CPP file. I need to add a few things. So the first thing is in init, we need to initialize the panel. So AI state panel, and this is going to be AI state panel. And it's just display it in the UI, so just put it along with the editors. Just put it down here, I guess. Put it AI states. So AI state editor. And show AI state editor. Yep. Sorry, I got kind of lost in thought for a second. Okay. So we need to add this. AI state, so we can actually render the panel if necessary. Show AI states editor. There we go. I guess at some point this gets too ridiculous. I'll find another way to do this instead of just having an if-else chain. But that's fine for now. I think the only other thing left is at the bottom I usually clear some resources, but I don't think it's necessary here. And I can't even find it, to be honest. Yeah, here it is. Reset panel resources, but I don't think I need to add anything here. Yeah, this is mostly just for tables. We need to clear them. You know what? I might need to do this actually, but well, I mean for this one, whatever. It's fine. It's fine. I'll deal with it when it's like an issue. So, well, anyways, this essentially like allows you to like switch projects, right? Which I don't really care for supporting that much anymore, because like I feel like once you're in the project, you might as well just stay in it. But if you do switch projects, then you might want to like reset like the panels, like especially if you already have one open, right? But again, I don't really, I mean, I guess I can support it, but like, I don't know, I figure you're just working on one project at a time. So yeah, that's why that's there. Yeah, I definitely need to take a break soon. It's been 2 hours, my brain's getting a little foggy. I think that's everything for this to work now. So this should stop yelling at me. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So now let's check create yep. Existing AI state. Wait. AI state. Create new AI state. Sure. Yeah, these still work the same. Tab bar. Oh yeah, this is a tab bar instead of the normal thing. So instead of this, we're just going to do this. Editor UI service. And then we're going to do select option. And then we're going to do m underscore, we'll go with open. Oh, that's the open one, right? So we want on update. Sorry. So we want on updates, we want on enter states, we want on exit states, and then we want on AIMessage, I think that's what it's called. Or did I just call it message? I guess I just called it message. Maybe I should call it AIMessage actually. Okay, that's fine. So reset panel resources. So let me get rid of some of the ones that are just completely necessary. So initialize AIState header, that one's necessary. This is just completely gone now. This is the biggest one anyways, so yeah, I can maybe I should split this one up actually. Just why is it so long? Okay. Yeah, that was like 90% of the file actually. Oh crap. Holy crap. Alright. And then we just need to add one more file. So let's go back. Let's add this at the end. And then we'll go through one by one. So open, this should be pretty identical. We're just going to change like the labels. That's about it. AIState. Oh yeah, I never exposed it to the registry. That's a good point. So I made the I did make the AI service asset. Where did I put it? Let's go look at AI, the AIService manager, I think that's what I called it. So this created it, right? This created the asset, right? But I can't use this like automatically. Like I need to provide it as an API through, and let me see if I can find it. Or maybe I just search for it. No, I didn't think I should show you anyways. Like where's that? So it's kind of clear. AssetService, this one. So what we created was AIState manager. This is a derived class from the asset manager, right? But in order to like interact with the asset service like cleanly, like you just like say, hey, asset service, like give me this, like you need to like provide it. And I just write macros for it. So I hate using macros. I really don't like using macros because I feel like it makes the code kind of confusing. But I don't mind it in certain cases where it saves me time like this, and I can just flatly do it once, you know? And then you can kind of just like resolve one of these and then just like see what is actually being, oh my god, okay, well, this one I can't resolve because it's way too long. Typically with these macros, like you highlight it and then, okay, here we go. Yeah, at the bottom it says expand inline. And sometimes it doesn't want to do it. But sometimes it does. Yeah, there you go. And then you can see what it actually resolves out to, and you can actually like read it like properly instead of just looking through macros and just guessing like, oh yeah, that's how that works. So yeah, but essentially like this just provides like this particular asset manager. This provides like just a flat name that you can just call through this class called AIService, and it's just standard for like all of the assets. So it's nice because all I have to do is just go like anywhere here. I guess I'm doing alphabetical, so I should keep it that way. We're doing AI. I guess that's the first one. So just duplicate this one, and then actually we need to include it here as well. AIService state factor. AIState manager, and then we're going to call it AIState manager. Okay. Yeah, I think that's fine. So now all I have to do is just duplicate this, type in the name of the asset. Oh, sorry. The name of the namespace, AI, and the name of the asset. So it's AIState. And then this handles everything else. So if I did resolve this, which I don't know if it'll let me, so it's bugging out. Usually the second time I do it, it works. Yeah, there we go. So you can see that basically, when we just added the manager, now it basically goes to the context, which is just like one object. I'll see if I can find it. Yeah, it's an asset context, which is just this thing, right? It goes into that context, it gets the particular manager, and then it just calls the get asset, the generic get asset with the handle. But I name it as get AIState here, so that whenever I want to like make a call to this, I don't have to like remember, oh yeah, I gotta go to the asset manager, and I gotta go to the AIService, and then go to the right manager, then get the right thing, and then it's all you have to do is just from an external API perspective is, if I can get all the way back here, it's just call this, and it should resolve itself, I think. Yeah, there we go. Call it get AIState registry, and there you go. Nice and simple. Okay, sorry. So let me just read through this really quick. So empty handle, pop-up only, none, assets, empty handle, get AIState registry, handle. Okay, so it looks fine. Yeah, I don't see any issues here. So that's input mode. This is not an input mode, it's an AIState. 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 Find the AIState specified. Yep. Get AIState. Yep. This looks right. This on refresh data, I guess you can call. I mean, could leave it in there. New name, empty, create new input mode. Nope. Create new AIState. There we go. Create AIState. Yep. Input mode. So AIState. So if you're not already aware at this point, like basically my UI system is just copy a bunch of code, get into a server panel, and then I just change all the names, and then I'm like, cool, done. It's a bit annoying. I could abstract this more, but I think it's these deserve to have their own like panels that are unique, even if the code is super similar. Like the framework code is super simple, or super similar. I still want the widgets to be separate, right? I don't want to start adding like big chunks of framework, because it locks things in too much, and then you can't like, you start getting these weird abstraction things where you gotta like sort of like adding parts out and putting parts in, and it's not really worth it here. I don't think. Sometimes it's worth it, but I don't think here it is. Makes it really hard to understand the code. AIState. AIState. I'm talking about AI UI now. messing it up. AI states. Close AIState. Yeah, I need to change the name input mode into input map. I think that's what everyone else uses. That makes way more sense too anyways. AI states. Let's see, save AIState, yep. Delete. Okay, so I think in theory that should actually work. This is the last part. So basically I just need to use the select option to edit the script, and I think I do that in another panel. I'm trying to think of which one. I could just copy and paste the code. I do that in, oh, you know what the easiest one might be? I think the project panel, the project component, just the project panel. There's actually a lot of good examples of that. So these are all the initializations for this, which actually is probably what I want. Yeah. So. Yeah, I think this is what I want. Yeah, but instead of select user left section as a mouthful, isn't it? Spec. I'm gonna change it to what is it called? What's the first one? Select on update script. Okay. Okay, well, less errors, that's good. Okay, so in this case, right, like this works for the project because when you load it in the project, it's already available. This information is already available. But the thing is, when you initialize the panel, this information is not available for the AIState. It's only available once you open the AIState, right? So you want to start off in like a null state. So let me see what is involved in option entry. Looks like it's a label and a handle. So label, I'm gonna go ahead and put empty, or I guess I'll just type in empty. Just there. And then I'll do, because I'm going to overwrite this anyways, but I can never tell what to put in the null state. It's always inconsistent, to be honest. Maybe none? Yeah, sure. I want to add to options. I think the group labels first, and the option label, and then the option identifier, like the idea of it. So for this one, I think I remember when we were looking at it, it was a void uint64 and a float. Because again, this this is on update, right? So on update is on updates, we have void in the front, and it's going to be entity, and then it's going to be float, right? In my scripting system, an entity is the same thing as a uint64 and 15. So that is that. Okay, so if it's not, skip it, but if not, this goes a lot more simpler since I removed classes. That's good. Script type to string. Section label, sure, I guess. Yeah, because that's the group label, that's the name, and then that's the handle. So yeah, that's fine. And okay, but the thing is, reading. No, yeah, the script cache. Actually, no, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, no, that's fine. Okay. So M on updates, current option, and this, what? I set it in here, huh? Oh yeah, of course I would, because in here we set it. It's on pop-up. This is on pop-up, right? So we want to set the option. So I think I'm gonna comment this out for a second, because I gotta figure out how to do that for this particular situation. So I'm gonna put. I just want to complete what I'm doing. Complete, please, and then. Okay, you know what? I think this is necessary for. I think this is necessary for the project section for like a specific, for a particular reason. I don't really exactly remember why, but I actually don't think this is necessary here. I think what happens is also I gotta stop loading things in by the script cache. Get scripts registry. Because that might getting by the script cache might not get everything potentially. So what you want to do is you want to get the assets, and then what you want to do is I think it's a ref to a scripting scripts. Call it scripts. Keep it consistent. Get assets asset service. Get. And then we're going to use the handle, and then we're good. Yeah. I just put the registry just in case, because there is a potential case where you might not have everything in the registry. Everything that's a script inside of the active cache. If that's the case, some of them won't show up, which is not good. So let's just ensure that this registry one shows everything regardless if it's already cached in memory. So yeah, this is fine. It shows all the options. This has the null option, and then what is this? AssetService.get. Could not find. Yeah, I suppose that's a good point. I don't know. Oh, okay, wait. I gotta take like a 3-minute break. I think I need to walk around. So after I get back from this break, I'm gonna finish this up. I'm gonna see if it compiles. If it compiles, I'm gonna go ahead and push it, and I'm gonna end the stream actually. And then I think I'll come back. I'm gonna upload this video to YouTube, probably fix it up, and then once I'm done, I'll take a little bit of break, and then I'll come back and then just continue where I left off. But yeah, I'm gonna take a quick break, so I'll be right back. This music. Let me let's see this one. Okay. Give me like 4 minutes. Ooh, okay. Yeah. I think that coffee mostly wore off, but I'm still a little shaky. Ooh, okay. Alright. So, yeah, I think we're almost done. We're almost done. Let's finish this. Ooh, okay. So, yeah. So, select on update. Right. Pop-up action is it clears the current selection and then updates it with the current values. Sure. And then unconfirmed action. Basically, what we want it to do is just save the what is it called? We want it to save the AI state, I guess. Oh no, we don't want it to save. We just wanted it to edit the AI state. So, maybe I'll ask pseudocode real quick. If invalid, if empty option is selected, okay, yeah, I'm gonna get rid of all this code. I'm gonna rewrite it myself. Because it's selection.handle. I can do everything with the handle. It'll be better. Okay, so if empty option is selected, do nothing. Yeah, so if selection dot handle is equal to assets empty handle, then just return. Do I even need to log it? I guess so. Yeah, it might be good information. No, yeah, no. Well, no, I guess it's not a warning. But that's actually a valid state, so we'll just go ahead and return. Actually, no, we don't return. We actually are going to want to set it, sorry. Yeah, my bad. Selected, set, what are we doing? AIState script. Here. That's a clear script. There we go, that's very clear. Then we're going to do m_editor AIState. And then we already assumed that it should be valid because we're in the editor, so if not, something really messed up. So on update handle is equal to, and then we'll just do assets empty handles to be extra clear. We're clearing it. And then m editor AI states on update is equal to null pointer. Right, there we go. And then return. And then if else, so like you know, we check for the null state, and then if it goes through, then we exit. But if it doesn't go through, then that means it should not be null, essentially. So the first thing you want to do is probably get the actual script from here. So we'll do graph of scripting scripts, selected scripts, and we're going to get that by getting the handle. So we're going to do AssetService, get scripts, and we're going to provide the selection dot handle to it. Okay, we're going to go ahead and kg assert because yeah, I'm just going to assert. I know, I think I said something else before, but I think in this case this is just like a really bad place to have an error. So yeah, we're just gonna assert. Let's say yeah, scripts and then store updates AIState scripts. Keep it generic so I can just copy and paste this. Brain, my brain. Like, think brain, you got this. Yeah, because we're essentially just doing this. And then we exit, right? So we just say this is equal to selection.handle, and then here we just do essentially just selected script, right? And then we exit. It's an implicit exit. Yeah, we're fine. Okay, so let me make sure everything makes sense. Here. The only thing I'm concerned about is whether we're loading in the on update. It's the existing on update script when we load in the what's it called? When we are loading in the AIState. So if you open an AIState, right, we want to load up this UI with its current option, right? You don't want it to open up with empty. So I think wherever we define either create or open, and I think there should be a function called so yeah, these call mopen AIState pop-up, which is this one. And on confirm, we do all the handling here. Then I think in refresh data. Okay. So I probably should do it in refresh data. Yeah. So in refresh data, I'm gonna say m underscore I'm gonna say if m editor, because you might try to call it in some weird place, so we want to make sure that it's valid first. And then we're gonna say we're gonna get these two, or no, we're gonna get these 4 states actually. For each of these, right, we're just gonna bam, wham, whatever. I don't know what I'm talking about, to be honest. Dots. You can't do it with 4 at the same time. Yeah, that makes sense. Why would you? I think current option is equal to, and then what we're going to do is let's go check what current option is. I think I checked earlier, but it's basically just a label and a handle. A label and a handle. So I think the default label is none. So the first thing we're going to do, m editor. With this cookies, man. On updates handle is equal to assets the handle. So if it is, so we're going to use a ternary. Ooh, okay. So if it's invalid, then we're going to return an option where the label is none and the handle is assets empty handle. However, and don't know why that's getting angry at me. I just do this. Wait, what's wrong? I don't get it. What was it? That one. Current option. It's an option entry, right? So is it because there's no constructor for it with the, like, I need to call the constructor? No, wait, what? Wait, I don't get what's wrong. Okay, what if I'm gonna copy this for a second. Put this over here. And then I'm gonna get rid of this and then just do this. And then comment out these. Is it fine? Okay, now for some reason it's fine. I don't get it. Do I not know how ternary operators work? Wait. I just swore I wrote one. Like what my hubris. No, yeah. It's a condition expression, one expression too. Right. So that's what I did. What would I do wrong? I must have been a syntax error or something. Maybe it's because I can't deduce it. Like, I can't deduce a type, so maybe I need to do like explicitly, instead of doing this, I need to do like option entry, I guess. Wait, right? What? Where am I? Here. Editor UI option entry. And then like this, and then we're gonna put a. Wait, what did I do? Here. Entry. Yeah, instead of this. Oh, is that actually fine? Okay, so I guess I have to explicitly construct it like that, or else the compiler's gonna yell at me. Oh, I guess so. What? Since when has that been an issue? I could have swore I've been brace initializing it for forever. Okay, I don't know. Whatever. As long as it works, I guess. Let's get rid of this. And then, wait, yeah, I want to PG assert if we're calling on refresh without calling on refresh. However, no, oh, I guess it's not necessarily an AIState call on refresh. I think on refresh gets called a lot and just generally. So, no, I guess not. Sorry if my like talking at this point is getting kind of like I'm not being very descriptive or whatever. My brain's starting to turn into mush. I just want to get this tone at this point. And what is this? No, I want it basically like that. There we go. Okay. So on enter state, handle. What's wrong? Oh, okay. Enter states handle. Yeah. Oh, I have two handles. Okay, so yeah, no, that's a problem. Oh, my brain is not braining. Let's see. Let's see. So I need. What do I need? Need something. Okay, wait, no. I think I know what I need. Sorry. Okay, so scripting scripts, and then we're gonna get on update script. Well, you know what? Yeah, and then this can actually make this a lot simpler. Is equal to AssetService get script. Okay, and then we're gonna provide this. Why? Okay, there we go. Okay. Ooh, okay. So then instead of doing this, we're just going to use on update script. So if it's valid, right? So if it's valid, then provide the actual thing. But if it's not valid, actually, we're just going to do on update script. Are we providing the wait, how do I? It has to be identical to how I load them in. So the way I load them in, then I use script and script name. That's what I use. So here we're going to use script and script name, and then here we're going to use this handle. And then this is not script, this is on updates script, because we need to make it specific. And I think we've done it. There we go. Okay. I don't know why that was so difficult for me. Find on update. Now we're going to change updates to enter state. Enter states. There we go. Okay. And then not enter state, we want on exit state. So enter state. Exit state. Okay. And the last one, it's going to be instead of exit states, exit states, we're going to change it to on AIMessage. Okay. There we go. There we go, there we go, there we go, there we go, there we go. Nice. Rips. Ooh. Okay, so now whenever we load in a new AI state, it will load in the correct value there on the on refresh. And I believe we call on refresh, like I saw us call on refresh at the correct time. So now the last thing we gotta do is just take this and duplicate it a few times, and I think we're done. Because on confirm, this does the right thing. This loads everything incorrectly. We start with none, but we replace it depending on when we when we open a new AI state, and then this will be replaced. This is the label that doesn't change. For some reason we have this, so on update script for what we want. So what happened? Wait. Okay. So we're going to change on update to on enter state. Okay. And then also we do on update, change it to on enter state. And if I'm not mistaken, the scripts are the same. Scripts the same. As long as all the names have been changed over, then we're modifying the correct values. Which I think we are. Yeah, okay. So we're gonna do that a few more times, and then I believe we're done. So instead of, wait, enter say confirm. So really this one's even easier. Instead of just enter, we're just gonna change it to exit. I think that should be it. Yeah, that was it. And then this one. So instead of on exit, which we, yep, that is that one. Okay, on exit state, instead of that, we're gonna do, I think it's on AIMessage. And then instead of exit state concatenated together, then we're going to do AIMessage. Okay. Okay, I think that's the UI. I think that's the UI. We initialize it. Let me just make sure I initialize everything. I always forget to do that. And this is the main panel, which we go over here and then we initialize these. Yep. And then when we open AIState, if it's not open, then we just do these ones. These never change, to be honest. We don't have to worry about any of the other. So I'm just thinking internally about how the numbers work. Yeah, I think we're fine. I think we're at like 190 on the UI editor UI stuff, so I think we're fine. Sorry, that's like a number of widgets thing to think about internally. So yeah, I think we're good. Okay, let me see if this compiles. If this compiles and then everything works, I think we did it. You know? Sorry if this part of the AI, you know, stream's kind of boring. It's just a lot of like adding kind of like the basic building blocks, and then I think if this is done, next stream should be the more interesting parts. And then let me go look at the progress, because yeah, we just did the we were just making sure this was working, and then we need to add the UI for the AIState. I do still need to do this manage the AI messaging types, but I don't think it's going to be nearly as hard as what we just did. So I think when I start the next stream, I'll probably get that done like in the first like 30 minutes or so, and then I can go straight to just finishing up the code for the AI service. Because now, since we have all the building blocks, we can just hook it all up into the service, figure out what algorithms we want the service to use, and then yeah, we can just test it real quick, and then at that point we can just try and make some Pong code. That'll be cool. Okay, so give me, how do you say? Give me like 1 minute. I'll be right back. Actually, never mind. It's a compile. All right, let's see. A lot of things can go wrong, so I'm just kind of trying. Let me not say anything. Okay, so that's good. Good. Looking good so far. Okay, we have no AI states. That's good. If you add a new AI state, I think it should be added into the main directory. So I'm gonna add which is kind of messy, but I'll add an import dialog later. Or actually, you know what? I'm probably gonna add an import dialog after I finish the AI service. Like when I start making new levels, I'm gonna need to organize my assets better. Let's call this test AI. Okay. Not the cleanest looking thing ever, but I mean, it looks right. Like edit. Yeah, there you go. See? So there's only two functions that have this like definition. It's player 1 on update and player 2 on update. Yeah, the ball doesn't have an on update, I believe. yeah, there's no on update. The ball state, change velocity. Initial state has a speed. But yep, no on update. So player 2 has an on update function. And then, yeah. So, that's good. So if I edit this, I'm assuming it will turn green? No, it doesn't. Yeah, and that's because I didn't like add that in. That's a really easy fix actually. Hold on. I just need to go over to all these on confirm. I think I have it somewhere over here, I think. Yeah, here it is. So I need to go into wherever we do like the main processing, where we're just at here, to the onConfirms. So is this the first one? Here we go. Yeah. So you want to do this because we just modified it, and then we're gonna set it true. So this is basically like tells like my header like, hey, you just edited something. So you know, reflect that. Right. So we just need to go through here and add that everywhere. I think this is an edit points. This is an edit points. This is an edit points. This is an edit point. Sorry, okay. Let me see. So AIState. Oh yeah. I forgot. So I gotta make sure I save the config when I do this. Oh yeah, I didn't wait. Didn't create it though? That's interesting. That's interesting. Wait, why didn't it create one? Hold on. Are we not loading in the registry file? Is that why? Oh, wait, I know why. I know why. Okay, yeah. New asset type stuff. So, I believe if I go into the intermediates and I go into my, yeah, there should be an AIState and there should be a registry, and it should have the correct data in it. So, or not correct data, but like it will reflect it. Yeah, so it is there. The problem is, I forgot to go to the AssetService and add it to the deserialization section. So, this one is not alphabetical. It actually depends on the order we want to load things in. So I don't think anything depends on AI. Yeah, I mean, oh, like except for the scene, right? But other than that, I don't think anything else depends on AI. So I'll put this close to the last state registry, and then we'll do deserialize AIState registry. There we go. just say deserialize? Serialize. There we go. And then again, same order. So we do AIState. Okay. Yep. So these are all working now. Get asset from registry. Oh yeah, I should probably do this before I forget to. Since I'm adding a new asset. AI. And then we're gonna do. So this is just a little like utility function, but it does remind me that I should add it to the asset viewer. It's really easy to add it to the asset viewer. I just go here. Actually, it just goes right here. So I just add it to the list. So we just do get AI state registry, and then file location is appropriate, handle, and then just see if there's anything else. This is initialize, and then I think all of them do the exact same thing. Yeah, so it should be fine. So this just lets me view all the assets in like one place. So I just need to like add them in, and then I'm good. Sorry, I was drinking some water. Okay, this time. Let's see. It's been almost... Oh, it's been 3 hours. Well, okay. Dang. Okay, yeah, I gotta finish up the stream soon. Because this is getting to be like a big commit. Okay, there we go. These compile times. Okay. So yeah, currently we have no scripts associated, right? Let's go ahead and change that. There we go. So it shows up. We can go ahead and edit it, and then I believe it should show, yep, there we go. Let's go ahead and save it, and then let's go check. Perfect. All right, that's it. So basically you can serialize these now, and then I believe you can just select whatever you like. And then, okay, so like back to AI, right? So basically, how do you say? I mean, I guess this exists more as like a state machine, if anything, but this kind of like, if you, how do I say? Yeah, if you attach one of these states to like an entity, right? So I don't know if I made AI. I didn't. Okay, so I need to add that too. Actually, you know what? That's actually the next thing I gotta do. So the next thing is adding AI states, like AI components as a component, and then being able to add these AI states to the component. And then I think once I'm there, we can kind of see like what the interaction between the two are. But at the very minimum, we do have AI states now. I save it, right? Let me go check it again. Yeah, there you go. See? So now we got this. These are just the number IDs for your script. So no, it looks like we're good. So I will not call this done yet. And actually I might have to like edit this. Or maybe even I'll just add another one and then add another one, call it add UI for managing AI components on entities. Totally forgot about that. I don't know how I forgot about that. So yeah, I need to add that here. So it seems like the list just keeps growing as I like get closer, but I'm pretty sure this is the last thing before I do this. So we're halfway done with this. This part should be pretty easy, then I can work on this. But yeah, let me go ahead and check on my checklist for my end stream. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and push the code. So let me go ahead and close this. So let me go ahead and say what I did. Add AIState assets to asset system and AIState manager.cpp/.h. Add AI and UI for editing AIState assets in editor. AIState editor app.cp/.h and editor app.cp/.h. Let me see if there's anything else. Yeah, I mean, I suppose it's not much of a change, to be honest, for that one. Yeah, that's just part of that. Update AssetService. Update AssetService. H to include new AIState. And I'll say refactor current AIService. Let's see, service class and related structs and AIService. CP. Okay. And I'm gonna say call this one start adding underlying data/structs for AI system. I'll call that. I just compiled it so I can save everything, and then I'll go ahead and push that later. Okay, so we committed. Let's see. Yeah, so the progress board's already updated. So yeah, I mean, this is pretty much where we're at this point, right? So yeah, I'm gonna take a break. I'm probably gonna upload this file. I mean, this video. I'll add some, edit it a bit really quick and upload it on YouTube. And then maybe like in a few hours, maybe like 2 hours or like 5 p.m. maybe, I'll be back. But yeah, I see I have one viewer, so if you're there, just I'll see you then. But yeah, all right, later. I'm head off.